Hello, and welcome to my final salvaging guide. Today we're going to be covering merchant shipwrecks requiring 87 salvaging. Although you could boost with the +3 boost from the Whirlpool Surprise, which would enable you to do it at 84, or if you've charted the complete ocean, you can use your keg of Horizon's Lure for a +4 sailing boost, so you can get there one level earlier at 83. So, just a little bit about what I'm bringing. Um, as you can see, I'm still needing to boost. I'm only 86. I've been out here for a while now, but I'm still not quite the level to do this unboosted. So I am using the Horizon's Lure, and because of that, I'm bringing a prayer set. One optimization I've made, thanks to a comment, is I actually didn't notice that the Rada's Blessing has a teleport on it, and it's actually very close to a bank, Mount um, Carulum. Uh, to be honest, I've never really needed to teleport. I like to always have one on me. But in a worst case scenario, you could always home teleport. Um, and you probably don't want to throw away the cargo that you've collected anyway. So yeah, it's probably not worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and unmark that. So, yeah, in terms of boosting, you can come out here as early as 83. I think that's right. 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Correct. Cool. If you've charted the ocean, if not, you'll need at least 84, and it will be a little less convenient, a little less AFK because you will have to be chugging these beers down. So, I'm at Deep Fin Point. So that's pretty much there may be an easier way to get there. There may be a port or something, but you could probably teleport to pest control and then sail south. But the area we're going to, actually, that probably would not be ideal because the area we're going to is right down here. So let's keep that in mind, and we'll go ahead and sail out, and I'll show you how my strategy's changed and what stayed the same, and the things I've learned. So while we're traveling, I'll go ahead and show one thing that I've done. I've spent quite a lot of money rearranging my boat. If you haven't done this yet, you absolutely want the crystal extractor near you so that when you're salvaging, if I were salvaging on this hook, I can click it, click the hook back when it's time. I did have it down here because I thought I would be clicking it um, while at the helm. I built it in the wrong place back here, so I couldn't even do that. And I actually had a greater teleport focus in this spot, so it actually ended up costing me 86 mil to remove. So don't be like me. Another huge warning for you guys that are watching my videos and just slightly lower level, but will be here soon. Do not, under any circumstance, get two dragon hooks. The only viable reason to have two hooks is if you're like 1.5 or 2 tick salvaging. The reason is the dragon hook requires a deck handiness of 4 to operate. The only crewmate in the game with a deck handiness of
Crystal.
4 is actually Jenkins. So just keep that in mind. I've kind of been sailing in slightly wrong direction, so let me correct my course. So just keep that in mind. The reason that's important is because if you're doing my method, or even if you're doing the full AFK where you're letting both crewmates salvage for you, if you're doing my method, you can operate the dragon hook, and Jenkins can operate the other dragon hook. But when you're cleaning, that hook will just be idle, which is way worse than just having one rune hook. Does that make sense? And then obviously you don't want to build two if you're going to have both your crewmates ever salvage, even if you're just gonna, even if you're gonna do my method most of the time. What if you want to AFK? Like, what if you're gonna leave the house? You can leave your guys salvaging and come back to quite a lot of XP and full cargo. So yeah, whatever you do, I would not build 2 dragon salvaging hooks. I think at the time of making this video, cost me maybe 70 mil or so. Maybe more. I don't really remember, but is less than 100 mil. So keep that in mind, and also do not build if you don't have a use for it. I wouldn't recommend building the greater teleport focus. I did because I'm really enjoying sailing and I have the money for it, but I have teleported to my boat a total of 1 time and then ripped it up because I put it in the wrong place, and yeah, it wasn't great. So, we're at the merchant shipwrecks. Let me unset. There are a few spots for these in the game. This is the only double spot that I found. I actually discovered this um, way back when I was doing uh, which shipwrecks? I don't know. The other shipwrecks that are out here. The mercenaries. Yeah, I was looking for a mercenary spot and was like, why can't I salvage here? But yeah, it looks like this is going to be the double spot. I've seen it mentioned a few times, but this seems to be the one place. So this one I feel like is a little tricky. I had a problem getting positioned, but we kind of know the gist now. I think you need to be slightly turned. Let me stop that. Back it up. At least this is how it worked for me. And I think I went a little too far back. Maybe like that. That looks about how it was. So a good way to test this is if I go on the rune hook, can I salvage from this distance? And, oh, right, I need to be boosted. So let's drink that. And yes, I can salvage. Let's see if Jenkins can. I'm still not 100% on if it's the same hitbox. It's weird. I don't think anyone really knows. But it looks like he's salvaging no problem. So what I'll do now that I've started up, I'll turn on my preserve prayer. I'm in so much prayer gear that this prayer bar is going to last 101 minutes. If this is your first time doing it today, you can recharge your prayer with a Falador Shield 4, so that makes it even better. And I neglected to mention this, so I hope you're still watching and haven't left. If not, I'm terribly sorry. But you should also bring a open seed, like you should bring a seed box and an herb sack, and leave them open. I did not choose to bring imp boxes on this trip because there's really not many single drops that you want to bank. Uh, there is there's dragon nails, which is nice, but there's those and the dragon cannon piece. And honestly, I feel like if you get one of those, your best strategy is to just drive to a port. And actually, what I've been doing is I've built the bank over here on Sunbleak Island. So I'll drive, dock here, use the bank, teleport wherever I want, and then I'll summon my boat to, wherever I need to be. So that's how I've been getting out of here. You can see that this one came up, and it looks like Jenkins isn't salvaging anymore. And that's not due to the boost. It looks like it has to do with the position. So let's try just scoot up ever so slightly. And it looks like he's salvaging. So now we'll just need to watch the next time this ship comes up. We're going to hope that Jenkins is still salvaging. And if that's the case, don't move from this spot. You've set it up correctly. So, I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. I also want to demonstrate a plugin, or a few plugins that have been very useful. So I'm going to move this in a bit. Number one, AFK overlay. If you just want an audio chime whenever your character is idle, including when you're salvaging. As you guys probably know, the normal idle plugin does not work. Let me send my other guy. Oh, I can't because it's a dragon hook. Interesting. So, this is an interesting thing. So, because of this, I now need to make sure that we put Jenkins on this one and Saeed on this one. Yeah, so Jenkins can use the dragon hook. Let's see what happens. I haven't actually seen, I've just heard that you need a deck candiness of 4. So if we try to put Saeed on this, yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, so that's one kind of annoyance is you'll have to watch which one you put them on whenever you're cleaning. But, you know, not too bad, and this has better rates, right? So, yeah, I think we'll just kind of get started here and see what happens. Uh, so I normally have, and yes, Jenkins will be on the rune hook. I will always be on the dragon hook. We'll collect our crystal and then go back to the hook. And that's why I moved it here. It's so much nicer than running to the back of the boat. But right, so the AFK overlay, if you turn this on and your character stops whatever activity he's doing, and you can see my settings here, all you care about is status. Just check all of these if you want to exactly like mine. I don't use the overlay part, which you can't see because of how I have OBS set up. There's a little red window that you can use that might be useful to you. I just want the audio chime. So I'm going to turn that off for now. And you'll hear in a moment, I've set up an audio cue for the crystal extractor. You can go much further with this. Any text that's in the chat box, you can basically say an audio cue. So I believe there's text for
Crystal.
you can hear the crystal, and I know to click on that. But you can get way more advanced with that. That plugin is called Watchdog. I've played around with it a little bit, but essentially you can use this. Um, to do that, you add a new game message alert. You pick the alert from the chat box with the eyedropper. Um, I select your crystal has harvested a crystal mote. Um, it can be any chat type, and then I do an audio cue, text to speech, and I just typed crystal in this box. So that's how I set that up. Um, yeah, and I think what I'll do now is just do a little salvaging in case you guys are excited to get here. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just kind of want to see what the higher level method looks like before, you know, I get there.
Crystal.
And I'll try to look it up on YouTube, and there just isn't a lot of content for that kind of thing right now because it's new. Um, Another plugin that I've covered in previous videos, in case you haven't seen it, is the stat boost, I think. Let's check. Boost information. So you can configure this to basically show you at what tick the boost will go down. So for 87, I require a +1 boost. So it's not as bad as, you know, if I came out here at 83 or whatever it would be. Um, that way I would have to boost every 80 seconds. This gives me some AFK time. But yeah, I think that basically covers it. Be careful if you're going to build anything expensive on your boat. Learn from my mistakes. Um, you should have a
Crystal.
reason to build it, and you should know what you're going to do for the long haul. Because I know that I'm going to be salvaging to 99. I work from home, and it just makes sense. I also built the rosewood cargo so it can hold more. Um, and yeah, that's kind of the idea. So normally I would fill as soon as my inventory filled, like from salvaging over here. All I would do is shift click. Actually, I haven't set that yet, so you can shift right click your cargo hold. You can swap the shift click with quick deposit. So now, when I hold down shift, which I have bound to a mouse button, I can quickly just deposit everything. While you're boosting, that's a bit annoying because it deposits your beer glass. So while boosting, I actually just click on it and click something in my inventory while I have all selected, and that's how I deposit. But soon, when I don't have to boost anymore, I'll be doing that method. But yeah, as you can
Crystal.
see, it's a lot more chill now. I used to have to run to the back of the boat, do this and that, and I'm soon to not require boosts anymore. It wasn't as bad when I was boosting because I need to run back here anyway to get some beer. But in one level, I won't have to do any of that. By the way, if you're unaware, if you chart the entire sea, you get this reward of like Horizon's Lure. From there's a old guy in the cave in the Pandemonium that you can talk to. He gives you different beers depending on how much you've charted. So a keg of Horizon's Lure gives you a 2.5 boost to all sailing experience gained. It's kind of like the sailing outfit, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. I also don't know if I showed the gear I'm wearing. As far as I know, there might be some druidic pieces that have higher prayer bonus, but I think this is a max prayer set. So that's your baseline. The crow's ear
Crystal.
is really cheap. If you have a Falador shield, that's nice because it recharges your prayer and it's got a large prayer bonus. Um, the Sunfire Fanatic stuff isn't that expensive. It's worth thinking about. Things that aren't worth it, the Soul Cape, you have to go get that. But yeah, let's go ahead and clean these, and I'll show you what I'll do whenever I'm cleaning. I normally would not clean these until my rosewood cargo hold is full, so that's quite a long time. But just for this demonstration, we will. So the first thing I'm going to have to do, and this is a little bit different than last time, I'm going to have to unassign Jenkins from that, put him on the dragon hook, and then put Saeed on this one. A little bit more clicking, but you only have to swap over when this rosewood cargo hold fills, which will be a long time. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, we'll clean these. We'll see what we get. I think that this is definitely the more interesting salvaging spot
Crystal.
I've been to because you have a chance at dragon cannonballs, dragon nails, and the dragon cannon piece. Um, I'm not going to say prices because they're going to be different whenever you're watching this video, most likely. But you can look that up on a GE tool like GE Tracker. Do not use the wiki to look up, the price of things. These new items, it does not work. You should use GE Tracker or something like that. If it seems like it's too low, it's because it is. I don't really know what the deal is with that, but yeah. I'm noticing that my herb sack is empty and it's open, but this herb did not go into it. Is this a bug? Let's empty it. I'm gonna drop this to the ground, pick it up. It is a bug. The way that the herbs and seeds are entering your inventory apparently do not go into the herb sack or the seed box. Little annoying. I'm sure they'll fix it. For now, all you have to do is click both of them. Each inventory, I suppose. Like I said, bit annoying,
Crystal.
but that's why we're making this video and I'm trying it with you so that you'll know ahead of time. You also get platinum tokens and just straight up coins from this. So I put those right there, and that's about what I would keep. So the seeds, the herbs, and then the money, and everything else is pretty much a drop from me. But you can make your own calls on that. All right, cool. Well, thanks for watching, and if you guys have anything else that you really want to see, let me know. I'll consider making a video for it. I don't know though. The reason I'm not just full time making guides because like these videos have gotten quite a good reception. Is just because I also want to play the game. I want to get to 99. I've been maxed since 2018. and it's fun to kind of race to 99. So if there's anything, like, let me know. I'll consider it. And in a worst case scenario, if I know the answer, I'll just type it to you. I'll reply to your comment. So cheers. Best of luck and enjoy sailing. Bye bye.